Hello everybody, it's the Strange Eli, and today I'd like to have another movie review. Now today I watched the movie Carrie, and I'm not talking about the old one, I mean the new one. The one that I think just came out last year. When this movie originally came out, it got a lot of kind of bad press, and I just want to come out and say that I don't really understand that. I actually really enjoyed this movie. While I have to say that there was some things about the original that were way better than this one, I think that this one kind of did it better. I think the entire first act did a really good job of setting up who Carrie was, how her mom treats her, how we know that they both are, and basically how the entire school treats her. Someone argued that this was done better in the original, but I personally disagree. In the original, during the second act, we are shown Tommy Ross getting asked to ask Carrie to prom. That way, they could get Carrie to go and they could pull this elaborate prank on her. In this version, we see Tommy Ross get asked, but eventually he does it because he genuinely likes her. It wasn't for any sort of joke. They did it because they wanted to make her feel better, because Tommy Ross's girlfriend felt bad for the things that went on during the first act. And during the third act, which is the sort of explosive climax of this whole movie, both the original and the remake did a really good job of keeping up the suspense and tension, and then eventually it just snaps, and that's when Carrie gets the pig blood dumped on her head and just goes chaotic. I was personally waiting for this part during the entire movie because I have seen the original before, and I was absolutely not disappointed. I had to say, during the original, the process of her getting the pig's blood dumped on her head was really long and really stretched out, and it kind of felt like it dragged on, but like it really drove us insane, and we got it and we clicked in, and it felt the tension. And in the new one, I was hoping that they were going to do the same thing, not necessarily for those reasons, but for more like an homage to the original. I have to say it was about the same length, but in the new one, I feel like they paced it a lot better. I feel like from scene to scene, from cut to cut, we were able to see more in such a long amount of time. If I were to say that I disliked one thing about the new version that I really liked in the old one, it was that during the final end, that stinger, in the new one, it's this really weird cracking up the tombstone thing, and it just doesn't really work. But in the original, when she bursts out of the ground and Carrie's hand is there, that part was so well done. Additionally, I have to say that I wasn't a huge fan of the part where Carrie's like, "It's a girl." It's like when your teacher tells you when you write a paper, you never introduce a new idea in the conclusion paragraph, because then it's like, well, where did this come from? That's sort of how it felt. It felt sort of unnecessary, and it didn't need to be there. Well, I know this movie got a lot of bad reviews from critics when it came out. I have to say that Chloe Moretz and Julianne Moore did a really stellar job with their characters. I feel like they really gave it their all, and they played the role of Carrie and Margaret White to a T. I think if I were to give this movie a rating, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. The original to me is about a 7.5. That's just because it came before my time. It didn't really click as hard for me, but with the usage of electronics and stuff like that in this movie, it really set it home for me because it seemed so real. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you'd like to see more, you can go ahead and look at the other videos on my channel. You could subscribe, like, and favorite this video, and leave a message in the comments telling me what movie should I review next.